Hey, welcome back to the Coaches Show, everybody. I'm Eric Pesolano, along with Mike Perkins, the head coach and general manager of the Bozeman Icedogs. As always, Coach, how's it going?
Great, Eric. How you doing?
Doing all right. Glad we can get back and talk more Ice Dogs hockey here. Just one game this past weekend. I know it didn't go in your way, a 4-1 loss to Helena. Early in that first period, Reed Wilkinson gets the game misconduct for boarding, so he's going to be out the next game. 4-1 is not by any means a blowout, of course. You're right in it. You were down 3-1 going to the third. When that penalty happened, did you feel like things went downhill from there, or did you feel like you were in it and the puck just wasn't bouncing your way?
Yeah, I think that took a little wind out of our sails for sure. We know we had to kill a 5-minute penalty, and we had done a real good job of killing. And I think they scored with maybe a minute and a half left in that 5-minute power play. And from there, we just I don't think we ever got back on the train tracks again. We struggled to find our mojo and surmount any type of offensive push against them. I got to give them credit; they did a good job of stopping us at every opportunity and keeping the puck in our zone. They had some long stretches where they kept the puck in our zone. Surely we didn't play our best game, and obviously that had something to do with it. But I hate to admit that as a coach sometimes, like that something that like that can really impact the game and change the tide of the game. But it did for sure.
You're down 3-0 in the second period. Sam Trufant gets the goal there. Talk about that goal a little bit. Did you feel like maybe you could climb the mountain to get back into this one?
Yeah, well, he got sprung on a breakaway and a great pass and got in and got hauled down. He did actually get a shot. I didn't expect them to award him a penalty shot because he did get an opportunity out of it. But they did give him the penalty shot and he capitalized on it. Made a great move on the goaltender and got to 3-1. I thought we had some energy at that point. And in fact, I think we actually kind of had gotten some energy throughout the rest of the game because of that goal, but not enough to get another goal. Although we did have some opportunities, we had 3 or 4 chances that if we pop a goal, maybe things change a little bit for us and we climb our way back into the game. In fact, a power play chance at the beginning of the third period that that makes the game 3-2 and kind of changes the fabric of the game.
Yeah, 0 for 6 on the power play for you guys this past weekend. What do you need to work on this week to make sure you can get a couple in the net coming up this weekend?
For sure, our zone entries, getting into the zone and getting set up, that's a big one for us. We hadn't had any problems up to that point of making that happen against the other teams, and so we really are going to focus a little on that throughout the rest of practice this week. And we've had a good first 2 days of practice and feel good about where we're at and headed into the weekend. And of course, two teams that are chasing us in the standings already, and big rivalry games between both Great Falls on Friday and Butte on Saturday here at home.
Now, you've already played those two teams, like you mentioned, you know them, you beat them already. What kind of adjustments do you look at? Don't give them anything specific, but like, what are you looking at when you know that they're coming for you after you beat them already? What do you have to change, or do you just keep the game plan the same as the first two games?
We're still trying to really focus in on how we play and trying to perfect everything that we do. I think there'll be some tendencies that we know that both teams have that we'll take a look at and really try to make sure our guys are aware of what they're trying to do. And then of course having to make some changes in game to combat something that maybe that's new that they're trying to do. But we have a pretty good beat on both teams as they have it on us as well. The coaching staffs have coached against each other now for 4 years, 3 years with Butte and four going on 5 years with Great Falls. Not to mention Greg's a former player of mine, so he's got a pretty good beat on how I think. So, but yeah, it's we'll continue throughout the rest of the week here in practice, just making sure our guys are prepared for both teams.
Now, players get suspended all the time in hockey. We know that Reed Wilkinson is not going to play on Friday night after the boarding call in the game this past weekend. So, how do you game plan when one of your key players is missing?
Yeah, I think this is a great opportunity for somebody else to step into that role and be able to handle what Reed brings to the game. Like I said before, he's got good size. He's gifted on that area of the game, and to have him out of the lineup is big, but somebody else is going to have to stand in and take his job and do it as well as he does. So we're excited to see who that can be, and some of those decisions will be made, in the next couple of days on who can handle that.
So you get to go home for 2 days, obviously huge boost. How does the squad feel when they get those home games, especially coming off a tough loss this weekend?
Yeah, everybody's looking forward to playing at home, and the continued growth and development and building in Wrestler Arena is exciting. With the East stands going in over this last summer, and then of course the jumbotron that has gone in at the end of August. It's always exciting to kind of be a part of some of that development and growth, and then of course leading up to the continued development on the west side of the building for next summer. I think everybody's excited to get back home and play in front of our fans. And, I know we have some families and parents coming into town this weekend. So, looking forward to our players being able to play in front of those people as well.
And speaking of players that are playing well, I'm actually going to ask you to step aside because we're going to talk to a player for the first time on the show.
Yeah, looking forward to having Lex talk to you.
All right. And with that, joining us is Lex Steckelberg, who has had one heck of a season so far. Lex, thanks for joining us. How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Hanging in there, man. It's hockey season. Everybody's happy it's back. I'm sure you are too. And boy, have you shown it on the ice. 11 points in your first 4 games of the season. You are just going nuts right now. What do you think has contributed most to your success so far in the early part of the season?
I think definitely being in this system for a couple years has helped, like being in the right spot most of the time and not having to think about it anymore. Just going to where I'm supposed to be and worrying about scoring instead of where I have to be.
Out of those 11 points, 7 goals, 4 assists. Do you feel like you have the magic touch right now? Are your teammates trying to find you specifically, or is it just happening out of nowhere?
I think it's just happening. I'm playing with the same unit that I was last year, so we all kind of know where each other are going to be, and they know where my happy place is for that, for sure.
So, what's your mentality when you're out there? Are you looking to score first? Are you taking what the defense is giving you? Are you looking for your teammates? How do you go about it when you're moving down into the offensive zone?
Yeah, I think all three of our line, we all go in and work. Whoever's first on the puck is getting the puck, and then we're trying to find our third guy that's coming in. But it's pretty simple in that category, at least.
Now, I know, okay, so full disclosure, I
Mhm.
grew up playing basketball.
Okay.
I knew when I was making shots, it felt like I was, throwing a golf ball into a hockey net. I wasn't missing. What is it like for you, scoring 7 goals already here in the early part of the season? Does it feel like that? Like almost every time you're taking a shot, you have a feeling that it's probably going to go in?
Yeah, no, for sure. It helps to get off on a roll early. I mean, momentum's a big thing in our sport, so having the confidence on my own back and with my line mates does help for sure.
Let's talk about your defense and goaltending a little bit. Jack Ryan has played all 5 games so far this season. He didn't give up more than 2 in the first 4. When you see him making saves and standing on his head, do you feel a little extra energy rush?
Absolutely. That kid's gotten a lot better in this last year, and every big save gets the bench up, gets everyone yelling, and a lot of momentum again. So that helps.
And same thing for the defense. You see them make a big hit. Do you feel like, okay, they did something for me. Now I got to go out and take care of them?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, one of our team identities is energy. So when stuff like that happens, block shots, big hits, good plays, that gets all of our guys rolling. And I mean, we go out there and go tear it up.
I talked to Coach Perkins a little bit about your power play unit, 0 for 6 in the last game. What do you feel needs to improve to get things moving on special teams?
Yeah, I definitely agree with him. Zone entries would be a big change. If we won more offensive zone faceoffs on the power play, we wouldn't have to worry about that as much. So I think overall we should work on faceoffs a little more, but that's already in the practice plan, so I'm not too worried about it.
What's it like playing for this team overall? I know you've been here for a few years now, and you're one of the elder statesmen, one of the leaders on the squad. How do you like playing in Bozeman?
Yeah, I love it. I've lived in Bozeman for the last 8 years now. So getting to play at home, my family gets to come to games. I get to see everyone I know and love. So it's really nice for sure.
So with that, when you do get your home games, which you'll have a couple of them coming up this weekend, do you feel like you get a little extra pep in your step when you walk into the building?
Definitely for sure. I talked to a lot of people. A lot of the youth kids know me and have seen me around or played even with my little brother. So I'm close with a lot of the younger group too, which is nice.
All right. What's the key to success for this weekend? How are you going to go out and get a couple of wins at home?
Um, we just gotta go out there and do what we did the first times we played them. Like we just gotta go out, work as a unit, no selfish hockey, just do what we practice. And we gotta stick to the recipe. That's about it.
Well, Lex, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you throughout the season. Good luck this weekend.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, we're bringing Coach Perkins back in here. Coach, Lex talked about it. You got the home games. The energy level is up. What needs to be done from your perspective to get a couple of wins at home this weekend?
Lex said it. We have a recipe for our success here, and if the guys follow that, I like our chances on any given night. So, we keep it real simple, and our game plan has a lot to do with things that take absolutely no skill to do. It starts with an effort and a passion to play the game, and if they come out with that, like I said, we have a good chance to win.
All right, Friday night, 7:30 at home, Saturday, 7:30, same time. You got Butte, you got Great Falls this weekend. And as we like to do, as we wrap up every episode here of the Coaches Show on CIH Media, is there anything you want to bring up that maybe I'm not aware of?
Yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about Lex and his line mates and our leadership group. They've really set the tone for the group this year. We have a really good locker room. We feel like everybody in the room has a piece to play in it. But there's no doubt between Lex Steckelberg and Andrew Countess, who are our two captains, and then Devin Bruns and Baron Massapus, who are our alternate captains, and then Sam Trufant, another Montana native. He's from Whitefish, is part of our leadership group. With those five guys, they've done a really good job of handling the team and working with our younger players. I got to give them a lot of credit. But on the opposite end, I got to give a lot of credit to our first year players who've come in and bought into our system and bought into our process and because of that, we've had success. So if we continue with that, we'll be doing pretty good.
Well, we look forward to speaking with you throughout the year and them because they're going to stop by as well, like we saw Lex here today. Coach, thanks so much. Good luck this weekend and go Ice Dogs.
Thanks, Eric.